A second down throw for Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Here's Ajayi. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Wentz going to throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be third down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Now Wentz on third down. Steps away to his left. And some space here. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott on the left hash. This from 48 yards. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
47. Hey, 47.
Prescott now on second down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Barnett, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And they'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now it's a Johnny. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Flush to his right. Looking deep for his tight. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys' side of the field. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Dancing to under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. David Irving able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They run with a Johnny. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Now I would be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Prescott looks to throw on first. A dump off to Elliott. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Second down, Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Prescott on first down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. The give is to Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Prescott from the gun. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. On the sneak, it's Prescott. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
47. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And they got the extra point, and it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'll be at the end today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Bring it to you.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Come on now, let's go. Here we go. Ready? Set.
On play action, it's Wentz. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Ram.
And they'll run it here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And down he'll go at the 25. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
46.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Wide open receiver complete. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him.
Here we go. List by two. Ram.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, we're going right there.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's coming now.
Again to Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
We're going to 54. Why here? Hey, Swift. Get out. 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On second down, here's Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. Being chased out left. And he fends him off. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. To throw is Prescott. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
46.
Here's Prescott. Looking right sideline, that's complete. A good pickup there, a 22. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
47. Right there, over there. Right there.
And again, it's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Here you go. It's coming now.
The give to Elliott running left. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing. Prescott got his man there complete to Gallup, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now Elliott. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. A line of scrimmage once again, the 5, as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Stepping up, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys will have the lead if they can hit the PAT. Critical extra point up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. David Irving in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back to throw. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. The Eagles on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
26.
They'll run with Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
To the right. At 47. Swing to the pit, right. To the right.
Here's Elliott. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Especially when you got a guy going off like this, I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? And they've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. A gain of 6 there on 1st. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. And he'll spike it with 16 seconds remaining. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Cowboys, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.